Today we're going to be having a closer look at the feedback and comments reviewed by Parliament in relation to the Cannabis for Private Purposes Bill. So on the 23rd of November, the Portfolio Committee on Justice and Correctional Services sat to review comments that were received relative to the Cannabis for Private Purposes Bill. Now, it was indicated that 32 comments were received. I felt that was a bit low. However, I did know that from the discussion and reviewing the comments, we did see the Fields for Green for All was represented. It could have been through an individual listed here. There were a lot of representation from government, private individuals, organizations. You can look for yourself through the list of commentators that provided comments on the bill. And the nice part is we're going to get into the actual comments and review, and there's some interesting insights. So let's give a quick breakdown on how to view the information provided by Parliament before going to the main insights. Essentially, what you would have seen from the session was it was 3 hours and 40 minutes long. It would have had a comment and who made those comments to Parliament, and then the appropriate response provided by government. There was a break that took place at 1 hour and 20 minutes and lasted for 25 minutes. When they resumed, it did feel like we lost some information that might have been discussed before the stream went back live. I will say that the only bizarre thing was at around about 2 minutes 18, there was the scribbling of red ink that came onto the actual run of the list, and it just stayed there, which was a little distracting, but it didn't impede you from actually seeing the comments and the responses. The biggest takeaway, honestly, was that there was a point at about 2 hours and 30 minutes in the video where they expressly, and this was S. Robertson, who was running the session for Parliament, he basically came back and said that their review was not in favor of anyone cultivating on behalf of someone else. And this for me stood out because that really goes to the heart of the private club model, where you would be doing a service by cultivating on behalf of someone who couldn't grow or is not capable of growing. There was a bit of pushback on that aspect, but it did seem like they were leaning towards a position that if it was for private purposes, it should be cultivated by the person and not as a service to anyone else. There will be more discussions on this. I think they resume today in Parliament, but be sure to have a look yourself at the footage. I would advise you watch it at double the speed, considering it's 3 hours and 40 minutes, just to be able to keep the most out of it. I'll include the link below, and the link is included on the screen below as well.